I love it here. Early in the morning and at dusk, you get this cool mist and it's really beautiful.
For anglers like Mike Serio, the Caney Fork River is fishing heaven.
I retired a couple of years ago and I decided to get into trout fishing. I'm enjoying it a lot.
He's not the only one. Jim Morris has been coming to the Caney for over 25 years.
I like solitude. Tennessee has so many beautiful rivers, so many different types of things to fish for. Just being outside and experiencing nature, that's why I come.
And for the big fish, the Caney Fork has become a world-class fishery, drawing anglers from all over.
You see a lot more out-of-state folks coming, spending multiple days on the river.
It's a big change from a time when Jim was often alone out here.
It didn't matter what day it was. You could fish top to bottom and see very few people. And I remember when you used to canoe, you felt like you were on water that never got touched.
But it's not just more anglers intruding on Jim's natural nirvana. These days, a lot of other folks are coming to the Caney.
The sales of recreational kayaks has changed things a lot. It's opened up paddling to a lot more people.
Now we're having fishermen and recreational use collide a little bit. It's changed the dynamic.
It's like a traffic jam out here on Saturday and Sunday because you get a lot of canoers, kayakers, as well as a much larger number of fishermen.
It's a growing problem on rivers all across the state. More people, more congestion.
You want peace of mind, and you have other fishermen or you have other paddlers that are kind of being intrusive or a little too close to you. And you find yourself getting frustrated and your temperature level rising.
Practicing proper river etiquette can help everyone have a good day on the water. Rule 1, respect others.
What you do on the river has an influence on another person's experience.
If your day is to be having fun on a kayak or a canoe or whatever, and somebody else would like to fly fish, I think you ought to give him the same respect that you would want for your activity. There's plenty of space here for everybody to enjoy themselves.
It's important to understand that everyone has a right to be on the river. But wading fishermen generally have the right of way, making it the boater's responsibility to pass safely.
For a novice paddler, just try and get control of the boat. And then ask that fisherman, where do you want me to go? Then you throw it to the angler. Now it's his responsibility to say, can you come behind me, or can you just go close to the bank and not come in front of me? It saves confrontation. We're gonna try and slide behind you so we don't come over your fish.
To keep from disturbing the fish, boaters should pass by as quietly as possible. But sometimes boats affect the fishermen more than the fish.
We're doing great. Beautiful morning, isn't it?
I've had people go through and right after that or during that catch fish, so I don't think it's a huge deal, but some people get more annoyed.
A big group of boats may upset some anglers, but it doesn't necessarily just put the fish down. You know, if you hang out a few minutes, the fishing is likely just to pick right back up.
An exception to this right-of-way rule is if the angler is standing in the only place a boat can pass.
In this particular spot, you can see that the folks coming through in the kayaks aren't going to have much of a choice as far as where they can go. In some cases where everything gets bottlenecked down to an area where everybody's forced into the same area, you're just going to have to be patient and let people come through and let the holes settle down and get back and fish after they've come through.
An unavoidable truth is that many novice paddlers just can't control their craft.
They don't understand how to make it go straight. You have to have a little patience with some of those people. And it's hard. If you've had 5 people run into you over the course of the morning, that 6th guy that's coming to you, it's hard to have patience for him.
But patience is key, especially at access points that are full of people coming and going.
Have everything ready when you hit the ramp. Nobody should leave anything at the ramp unattended, and just try to be courteous of other people around you.
Of course, it's real important that anything you bring to the river, you take with you. So always bring a bag along to put your trash in. And when you can, be sure to pick up things that other people might have left behind.
Throwing their trash in the water, that's the one that always amazes me also. Is you ask them why they're coming here, and it's like, oh, it's a beautiful river, and then in that same breath, they're throwing all their trash over the side.
Or leaving it piled up on private property.
We have laws in Tennessee that guarantee a person's right to a navigable river, but when you step up on a bank, you're on somebody's property.
So the next time you go tubing, fishing, or paddling, be sure to treat folks the way you would want to be treated. And remember, any day on the water, even a crowded one, is a good day.
Everyone would like to have the river to themselves, whether you're paddling or fishing. But the reality is some days you can have that and some days you can't. And on the days when you can't, then, you know, you're going to have to shift your plans a little bit.
When people come to the river, we want them to have a safe trip, a pleasurable trip. If they're fishing, we want them to come out and catch fish. We want the public to come out and enjoy these waters.
A lot of people are coming out just to have some fun, first time out. If they just use common sense and are polite, it can be good for everybody.
I'm Ken Tucker on Tennessee's Wild Side.